To truly understand this lesson, we need to understand the world in which it was written. Jeremiah, often called the weeping prophet, ministered during a tumultuous period in Judah's history in the late 7th and early 6th centuries BC. He was a man who deeply loved his people, but was tasked with delivering a difficult message of impending judgment due to their persistent disobedience to God. This particular event takes place during the reign of King Jehoiakim, a time of great spiritual decline. The mighty Babylonian Empire under King Nebuchadnezzar is on the rise, and the nation of Judah is in its crosshairs. It's a time of fear, uncertainty, and moral compromise. And it's in this chaotic environment that God tells Jeremiah to seek out a small nomadic clan called the Rechabites. These weren't just any family, they were the descendants of a man named Jehonadab during the reign of King Jehu of Israel. In 2 Kings, Jehonadab is introduced during Jehu's rebellion. As Jehu begins purging Baal worship from Israel, he meets Jehonadab and invites him to join the mission. Jehonadab is not just a bystander, he's a spiritual ally. He endorses Jehu's zeal for purging idolatry. Jehonadab represents moral clarity and separation from corruption in a time of widespread compromise. So, 200 to 250 years earlier, Jehonadab had given his family a set of rules to live by. Don't drink wine, don't build houses, don't plant vineyards, and live as nomads in tents. These are not unusual rules if you consider that they were Rechabites, a nomadic clan that descended from Rechab. But for 2.5 centuries, for 250 years, his descendants had faithfully obeyed. So Jeremiah brings them into the temple, sets wine before them, and tells them to drink. It's a test, and their response is immediate and unwavering. We do not drink wine. They explain their ancestors' command and their family's long history of obedience. They are only in Jerusalem, they clarify, to escape the invading armies. They haven't abandoned their principles, they've simply sought temporary refuge. Now, here's the powerful contrast God is setting up. The Rechabites, for generations, have shown unwavering obedience to the commands of their earthly ancestor who is now dead. Meanwhile, the people of Judah have repeatedly ignored the commands of their heavenly Father, who has spoken to them time and time again through prophets like Jeremiah. This brings us to the core human needs this passage addresses, both then and now. First, the need for faithful obedience. The Rechabites model a level of commitment that challenges us to examine our own obedience to God. Are we as dedicated to following his commands as they were to following their ancestors, a simple man? Second, the need for family faithfulness. The Rechabites demonstrate the power of passing down values and convictions from one generation to the next. In a world where family structures are often fragile, their story is a powerful reminder of the lasting impact of godly parental instruction. And third, the need for resistance to cultural pressure. The Rechabites maintained their distinct way of life for centuries, even when surrounded by a culture that was moving in a different direction. They weren't swayed by the norms of their time. This is a powerful lesson for modern Christians who are often called to live counterculturally, to stand firm in their faith, even when it's unpopular. The story of the Rechabites isn't just a historical account, it's a living parable with profound applications for modern Christians. One key reference for us is the idea of honoring our inheritance. The Rechabites honored the legacy of their ancestor. For Christians, our inheritance is the gospel of Jesus Christ, Are we living in a way that honors that inheritance? Are we passing it on faithfully to the next generation? Another application is the concept of covenant faithfulness. The Rechabites were faithful to the covenant their ancestor established. As Christians, we are part of a new covenant established through the blood of Christ. Their story challenges us to be faithful to our commitments in our marriages, in our churches, and in our personal relationship with God. Ultimately, the story of the Rechabites is a call to radical obedience. It's a reminder that our faithfulness, even in the small things, is a powerful witness to a watching world. It's a challenge to be a people who, like the Rechabites, can say, "We have obeyed everything our Father has commanded us." That's the lesson for this week. Have a great week.